I'm in the mood for some pancakes this morning. David brought me some of his homemade maple syrup. I've had it here over where the pilot light is, so it's already nice and warm. Get my pancake pan out, get it start to warm up. I save it just for pancakes. Never gets washed, so the cast iron's seasoned pretty good. Okay. Pancake mixing bowl. I have my sturdy wheat pancake mix. I found that if I use about a cup, add about a cup and some for water. Perfect little stir. It looks like it's really way too sloppy, but we're going to give it a minute. I think it's going to thicken right up by the time our pan's hot. I've been rotating breakfast between pancakes, cornbread, sausage and eggs. Some mornings I just stall off and just wait and have an early lunch. But this morning, I feel like a good pancake. Yeah, that's already starting to thicken up a little bit. Better be careful. There we go. Keeps us spilling into this really good stuff. Just like I thought, that thickened up just about right. We'll do a little test pancake here. This one sounds like the griddle's hot enough. See, the clock says it's 20 after 9. I'm not a really early morning person. Okay, I think we're hot enough now. We can go for the real thing. Oh yeah, syrup is nice. Looking good. My Gray Jays haven't been coming around, but before I'm done, I'll mix them up one of these Aunt Jemimas. It's a whole wheat blend, and I just don't really care for it. Time to enjoy. I've had this laundry soaking long enough. Time to wring it out, rinse it. Some of the water I pumped out of the old well last week. And the rust has settled enough that I'll try to get some more rinse water out of it, but yeah, it's pretty rusty. Fortunately, the pants are already brown. Oh no, we're not going home yet, but it's going to be a lot of rain the next 2 or 3 days, and I've got my vehicle parked in here a mile away and where it might get wet. So I'm going to haul out a bunch of my empties and trash and take the vehicle up a few miles away and then have a nice walk back. On the way out through that real wet hole that's a soft spot now, had water standing here last week, so dug a bit of a drain. I can see I'm not the first one to have a problem. Somebody's dug even a bigger ditch here that I'm draining into, so but this should help. Heard a noise and I got a bear coming down. Now I've been here about 20 minutes, digging out this little channel, and then I got the camera out and I filmed that segment where I was talking. And it was about that time that that bear, he must have been up in this tree the whole time, and he finally decided he was getting out of there. But unfortunately he had to get a lot closer to me on the way down. I didn't know what to think, so I headed for the car. Heard a noise and I got a bear coming down. Been a lot of beautiful weather up here in the early days of June. Another day out there, it's about noon and it's already 75 degrees with the sun shining bright. Actually here in the cabin it's several degrees cooler and it really feels good, but got a good strong west wind blowing and With the heat, I think the wind will keep the bugs away, and I think it might be a good day to go out to Hawks Pond, put on some shorts, and go for a swim. This is my main walking trail on top of the North Beaver Dam, and I put these trail camera up the last few trips up here, and I found out that it's very popular with the wild animals too, especially the bears. I thought they'd be up here at night, but I've had several pictures of them. They're up here walking around in broad daylight, sometimes not that long after I've been here. So these trail cameras have proved to be pretty nice. Here's my other camera. Now it's up on just a big long trail that I don't think it gets a lot of use in the summertime. The deer use it a lot, of course the wolves after the deer in the winter. But we'll check it and see if we got anything interesting. Oh boy, the water's warmed up. The wind's blowing like crazy, so it's keeping all the bugs away. It's really hot. I'm going to go and join those swans for a swim. Good, these swans seem willing to share their pond with me, and the big beaver didn't come around, so let's do a cannonball. We're into the first week in June now, and you can see by the vegetation that this warm weather things have really been growing fast. I've walked about 1.5 miles. This is an after supper walk, and I've been trying to put in 5 miles a day in my general workings, and then whatever's left over I put in after supper. Came down here hoping, wild hopes of maybe hearing a three-toed woodpecker banging on a tree, but pretty slim chance of that. I did hear a gray jay when I first walked up, and a few other cheeps back in there I can't quite identify, but the reason I came down here tonight is that a couple days from now, or over the weekend, we're supposed to get a fair amount of rain, so I could jokingly say that I wanted to get down here while it was somewhat dry. First time I've been in a screen tent in a week. Kind of spoils the view a little bit, so I don't come in unless I have to, but I go back tonight and it's kind of calm, and I was hot, a little sweaty, so the bugs are really starting to bother me, so just about to head inside, I thought, no, I'll put a chair in here, so I'll get some use out of it since I put it up. David, my drone man, was here the other day. He spent the night, he slept out here because we're trying to keep up our social distancing. Speaking of social distancing, it's, you know, I've been known to have to lose a shoe in the past when I want to try to extend a trip. Well, I'm coming up on almost a month out here, and I kind of have plans to stretch it out a little bit past that. Be my longest stay ever. I don't need to lose a shoe. I'm just going to say that, well, the company stopped by and I need to self-quarantine for another 15 days. I can milk this one for quite a while. Yeah.